Melbourne after their 0-5 start to the season. They face Fremantle at the MCG on Saturday. They need to turn their fortunes around very quickly. And Chad, you were at Hawthorn last year when they started the season 0-5. I'm keen to get your insights into, I guess, what were the discussions like in the four walls of the club? What were you talking about as a group?
Yeah, well, I think for us at Hawthorn, we actually evaluated ourselves every month, and that's super crucial because you don't want to get bogged down into what's happened too far in the past.
Yeah,
so if we bring up the stats from Melbourne, obviously the premiership year in 2021 compared to how they are now, their contested possession, as you can see there, is completely gone. Their clearances are 17, second worst in the competition, and their tackles. So like Goody said, I think what they're doing away from the ball and effort is just not there. So the stuff that they can control, they need to go back to. And I suppose you think about the Melbourne's DNA, which is, I suppose, the contested possession and pressure. They need to get back to that to have any chance to win these games. And I think you see the frustration, but I think if you're Goodwin and the Melbourne, you need to get back to what's got them in this position previously. They've got the blueprint. They just need to go back to it and just reevaluate themselves on not a weekly basis, on a monthly basis.
Okay, well, Coach Simon Goodwin spoke yesterday about Melbourne's Demons, and this is exactly what he wants them to focus on.
But we're committed to it. We're committed to going down this path of trying to play a different way, a new way, a better way. And obviously with that will come a little bit more scoring. Now, right now, we're getting our opportunities and we're not quite taking them, which is a positive. But what we're doing without the ball isn't near the level it needs to be.
So I know you also said the monthly. How about the morale, though? How did you keep that up in the group, and did it drop off during that 0-5 patch?
It didn't drop off, and the reasons why, you know your path, you know your values, you know your DNA, and you know where you're going. And if you're evaluating on the three key aspects of your game plan, that's your measurement. So if you're not hitting those marks, that's when you say, okay, we need to come back and relate to that. So and you see Goodwin there. He spoke about we're not doing anywhere near good enough off the ball, which is exactly their defence, their pressure and effort. So that's the stuff they can control. They need to get back to that. And I expect, and we've been waiting for Melbourne to really lift in that category.
Well, let's see if they can do it against the Dockers, who have beaten them in their last 3 encounters.